everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on your time zone. You know, well, if you're familiar with this channel, you know how we like to start off our live streams with a little greeting. But today's stream is going to be a little different. They're all a little different, aren't they? We're going to switch screens real quick. Hello! We are going to talk about the Webtoon Legends 2025 contest, and it is so close, you guys. It is 3 days away. Well, the opening submission date is 3 days away. It's actually going to have a large window, so we'll talk about that. But hello, Annie Maid. Annie Made It. I always say Annie May in my head, and then I realize it's Annie Made It when I try to say it out loud. Hello, Annie. How's it going? Hi, Jay. How are you? So glad you're able to make it to the stream. I know you've been working really hard on your contest entry as well. It is so good to be able to not collaborate, but to be able to boost each other up and to be there to be accountability buddies and to keep checking in and seeing how our progress is going. I don't know if you're subscribed to the Webtoon newsletter, but they've been sending out updates pretty regularly, and this is the most recent one. So I'm going to go ahead and walk us through this really quickly before we get more into the nuance of the contest and my personal take and all of that stuff. And of course, it's a two-way conversation. If you guys have thoughts you'd like to share in the chat, let me know. I would be happy to discuss with you and to share your thoughts with the whole chat and stream in general. So that said, let's go ahead and look through here. Also, the music is a bit loud, says Jay. Okay, good to know. I will dial that back to here and then let me know if it continues to be too loud and I can keep making adjustments. Appreciate the feedback. Feedback always good. It is kind of late for me. I don't normally stream this late. I'm usually a first thing in the morning kind of person. Well, my morning, I don't know about you guys for your time zones, but typically it's usually much earlier in the day for me when I'm streaming on a Saturday. But today we're making an exception. So that's exception number one, the time. But like I was saying, this is the Webtoon 2025 contest Webcomic Legends. And this email that they put out at 5 o'clock this morning, I saw it. I know I was up at 5 o'clock, but I went back to bed and then got up at a reasonable time. This one is where they're announcing the judges. So I'm really excited to talk about this because some of my favorite comics on Webtoon, their creators are going to be judging this contest, which is so exciting because I feel like when you follow a creator and you really vibe with their style and their storytelling, it's just that much more exciting to have your work reviewed by them. So let's go ahead and go through here and see who those creators are. Again, 3 days before submissions open. It's going to happen on Monday, March the 10th. And they also said they're going to send out another email to just kind of give us the rundown on submitting once submissions open. So the judges, let's talk about it. I don't know if you guys have already read this. I hope if you have that you'll humor me while we go through this together. But most epic judges, if you're going to be submitting to the... Isn't epic even one of the genres? I feel like I've been so laser focused on my genre, I didn't realize that epic was a genre. I don't know if that's most epic is the overarching winner from all genres, because I know there will be one, the one ring to rule them all kind of situation. But Unordinary, Ordeal, and the creator of Marionette, or Marionetta, I'm sorry if I mispronounce things, are going to be judging this. And of these three creators, I am personally a huge fan of this one right here. Not particularly because of this comic, but because of their comic prior to this one. This is the creator of Hooky. Have you guys read Hooky? Whether on Webtoon or if you got the book in Barnes & Noble, because I know I did. I became obsessed with the art style of this creator on Pinterest. And after seeing so many pins of this comic, I had to go find it. And then when I found it, it didn't lead me to Webtoon right away. It led me to the book in Barnes & Noble, and I went and bought the book. And it wasn't until much later when I flipped the book over and I saw the Webtoon sticker that I realized it was a Webtoon original. So then I realized I could come in here and read it on Webtoon. All of that to say, really excited for the potential to get like possibly feedback maybe from the creator of Hooky. That'd be amazing. Hi Artbreaker, good to see you finally made it to a stream. I'm streaming so much later than usual, maybe that's why. Yeah, so those are the creators for the most epic judges, and then if we come down here, the most feels, which is going to be my category. I'm submitting to the romance genre. I'm pretty sure, Jay, you're submitting to romance as well. My comic is a romance action romance. Action romance sounds better, but it's technically romance first, then action, because the main plot point, the story plot, is romance based. So it goes in the romance category before the action category, in my opinion, based on that, based on the actual story. So like the main through thread, the plot. So we're going to have a lot of both. It's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a lot of story. I mean, it's going to be a lot of story. It's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a lot of romance, but romance primarily. So it's going to be in this category. And the Kissbat, Ingrid, the creator Ingrid, I don't want to mess up this last name because I know I will. So that's why I'm trying to avoid reading it. But I follow them on Instagram. I read the Kissbat. I love their art style. If you look up here, these two back in the background, the blonde and the redhead right here, that's the main characters from the Kissbat. Such a good story. Love, love, love it. Highly recommend. If you haven't read it, try it. This is also right here, I Love You. And these characters over here, Eternal Nocturnal. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct as well. But yeah, just all good stories. I obviously really like romance, so I'm familiar with these a little bit better. Jay confirms, yes, they're also submitting to the romance category as well. So we're gonna get a lot of romance in here. And I hope that you guys are going to be there with us when the comics go live, and in the Discord we're going to be dropping links. So please, for all creators who are, you know, I keep wanting to use the word collaborate, but collaborate is not the word I want. It's more like community, who are reaching out as a community. I hope that we'll all come together and support each other. I think that that's part of the fun of these. It's not all just the labor of like doing the you know, buckling down and drawing and like losing sight of time and food and everything else, reality, you know, when you're kind of like locked in doing something solo. Having community is so great. And I really hope that you guys, and I appreciate you being here. First of all, that's the first step. We're all together on this stream. That is the first sign of community, and we're going through this together. I think that's beautiful. Let's keep doing it. Yeah, so really excited for that. I like speed read I Love You. I definitely like binged this for a while. Then I fell off the bandwagon for a little bit, so I've got some catching up to do. But this one, Kissbat, could not get enough of it. Love, love, love. This one to me, and another creator we're going to see further down this list, the creator of the Chris Princess Club. I am obsessed with their style. My art looks nothing like theirs. I mean, my current Webtoon, maybe, I think an argument could be made that Venerable, my main comic, kind of falls into that sort of cutesy style. Simplified, maybe, I don't know. But what we're going to be submitting for the contest is way different. All right, let's keep going. Most gripping judges. So I'm wondering, is most gripping, that must be action, right? Or maybe epic is action and gripping is maybe the scary horror thriller stuff? I don't know. Everything is fine. Purple, I'm not even trying to pronounce that. I have not read either of these. Maybe that's what makes me think maybe it is the horror genre, just because I haven't really read the horror comics. And these names are not, they don't match up to the genre names. I'm just saying, like, this does not say romance judges, it says most feels judges. This does not say action judges, it says most epic judges, you know? But I'm pretty sure that's like probably action. And then same thing here, most gripping. I assume this is for like the horror thriller category. And then down here, like I was just saying, Cursed Princess Club, this one right here in the bottom corner, love, love, love her. She is the sweetest, most wonderful, just cinnamon roll ever. Hi Bingo Ned, how's it going? Also working on a comic and also in the Discord. Bingo Ned is working on their debut comic. They are the colorist for Venerable, my main, and they're branching out and doing their own, and that's so exciting. And I hope you guys will also support Bingo Ned and their comic when it goes live, because that's what it's all about, like connecting as a community and sharing art so that it's less laborious and more love, less labor, you know. It's a labor of love, but more love. Let's do more love, more community. Most Laugh Judges, obviously comedy genre here. Chris Princess Club, Lamb Cat right here. That is my idol. Love her. Amazing creator. I wish I was funny, because I would love to submit and have her read my stuff, because I just admire her so much. But let's keep it going. What else did they give us as our like last real piece of advice before the contest opens? They're letting us know that each of the legendary creators are celebrated by readers around the world. Can 100% confirm this. I already told you who my favorites were on this list. They each have unique characters in comics, true. But one thing in common, they all started on Webtoon Canvas. So all of these people, all of my idols that I just pointed out up there, were Webtoon Canvas originally, before becoming originals. That's kind of a confusing statement, but I hope that made sense. When you're ready to submit, we'll be able to publish our entries through the Canvas submission page, and there will be, like I mentioned before, because I had pre-read this email, there will be a newsletter dropped in your email if you're subscribed for the newsletters, which I think, Jay, did you say you were? I don't know if you are, but yes, they're going to send us another email with even more information on this day. And that day is Monday. Once you submit, you'll gain access to community tools and features on Webtoon Canvas. This part, I was a little bit sad to see, I think somebody else confirmed it, Patheon, I think the channel is, it's been doing a lot of coverage on this, and I've been following them, mentioned how, just like a regular Canvas comic, when you submit, the limit per chapter is still 20 megabytes. You cannot go over 20 megabytes. I know I have been really pushing myself to create much more dynamic and colorful, and I mean the colorful part's not mine, that's all the colorists. So shout out to Artbreaker, she's amazing, doing amazing colors, and we'll see some of that in a second. But Julie just pushing the limits, and that's making it much harder to keep it under the 20 megabyte limit. I really wish for the contest, since we're submitting what is hopefully original quality content, they would give us originals bandwidth to submit, but that does not seem to be in the cards, so we're just going to have to make it work somehow. Alright, so next is the review, Webtoon Canvas tools. I don't know that I really want to like go through this bit by bit. If you haven't submitted on Webtoon Canvas before, you know, pause screen and read these if you would like to. I will scroll through them so that, you know, at least all of it touches the screen and you can see it at some point if you would like to. Definitely check out the Webtoon Canvas videos. What do they call it? I think they call it, let me take a quick look. What do they call these? Yeah, Webtoon Academy, right here on the Webtoon website. So you can go here to check out all of their videos that they put out to help you kind of like learn as a new user of Webtoon. If you would like to submit and see all that beforehand, be extra prepared. But let's keep scrolling through. So there's scheduling, upload tools, setting up your creator profile. I don't feel like this was really pushed a lot in the past because I don't know. I started in late 2019, and I don't even know if we had creator profiles then. It was definitely, I'm pretty sure creator profiles were a post-COVID edition, which is nice, and I highly recommend following creators you like because they put up some really cool BTS stuff, and I've been trying to do the same. Hey Perry, I might fall asleep soon, so I just want to catch one of your streams. If I fall asleep, just want to say goodnight. Oh, good night if you do fall asleep. I understand. No stress. I'm not gonna like call you out. I'm not gonna call on calling people at random to answer any questions or anything like that. So you guys are safe. I'm not gonna do you like that. It's okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish scrolling through here. This is all about fan engagement. Just a quick reminder that 40% of your score, unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure 40% of our score will be based on engagement. And I think engagement, what qualifies as engagement is the ratio of likes and comments to views. So it's not just a matter of like viewing your comic 100 times each person, hitting refresh or anything like that. I think what's more important is your ratio. So it's going to be your likes and comment ratio to views. So it's not just the person with the most views wins or has the highest engagement score. It's all about, I think, like the quality of the engagement. So food for that. I don't remember where I heard that, so take it with a grain of salt. But I did hear that somewhere or read that somewhere, and I stored it in my long-term storage memory, so it's in there whether it's true or not. Bingo Ned, hey Perry, how dare you fall asleep? Oh, you're talking to Annie. How dare you fall asleep during the stream? The penalty is public shaming. No, we're not gonna public shame. But yeah, you guys can tease each other if you want. That's fine. All right, so expand your creative community skills. I think this is where they're talking about, yeah, the Canvas Creator Discord. I'm in it. I know Bingo Ned's in it. Who else is in it? Artbreaker. I think Artbreaker may have also joined. I can't say for sure. If you are interested in the link to the Canvas Creator Discord and you don't know where to find it here on the Webtoon website, that's okay. Just ask me in my Discord channel and I can get you the invite link to that Canvas Creator Discord if you're interested in that. And then of course you can subscribe to the newsletter, and I'm pretty sure this is, if you go to the main contest page, there's a subscribe button there as well, so that's how you can navigate to that. The latest recap, these are all the emails that they've sent out from their newsletters. I think that's what this rundown is. I'm not going to go back through them all, but they are available if you are interested in subscribing to that. Speaking of subscribing, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you know, this might be a great time to drop a little shameless plug. That subscribe button is right there. It's it's super handy for helping me stay motivated to grow my channel and to upload and add more content about art and webtoons and all of that fun stuff. So let's keep that going. So we've now hit the bottom of this newsletter, and I am going to go ahead and flip screens. So we're gonna go ahead and turn that screen off, and we're gonna go down here to my drawing tablet screen. And right away, this is kind of like the first real preview of my love triangle for my webtoon, and it is called Love Cursed Queen of Rogues. For anybody who is not aware of that yet, who has not been here for all of that information or seen that going on in my Discord, here is a quick preview of my little title text, I guess. And this is the story I will be telling, and I really hope, if that sounds like something really fun and interesting to you, that you will consider reading my story when we drop it on the contest. And we'll, just as a really short synopsis, it's going to be mechanical ingenuity with the steampunk universe and these magical and the clash of like magic users who are in this really, wow, I should have practiced my elevator pitch. It's terrible. I do have an elevator pitch. It is written down. In fact, I have a binder right here. Maybe if I pull this out and reference it, I can get this right. So give me a second to grab that and make this happen. Okay, so I have a couple. So let me pick one and we'll just roll with it for this live stream at least. Bingo Ned says, I'm just now learning I'm apparently not subscribed, which doesn't sound right because I almost definitely subbed at some point. That's interesting. Resubscribe, I guess. I've heard of that happening before. Not on my channel. Nobody's told me that before now. Now I've officially heard that. Officially. That's a first. But I have heard that from other people's channels, that somebody who has watched many of their videos and subscribed will be like on a stream or on a video. They'll get the little like self-plug subscribe message, and then they'll look up at the subscribe button and realize for whatever reason, they have been unsubscribed. And I don't know if this is like a sleeper thing where if you haven't watched a video in a while, YouTube is automatically unsubscribing you, or if that's not the case, I'm not sure what's going on there. But if you notice that you're not subscribed and you want to be, and you thought you were, you know, please take a little corrective action, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. So, Love Curse, Queen of Rogues. In a steampunk world of mechanical wonder and magical intrigue, the Queen of Rogues leads her guild to triumph against all odds, but her cursed heart ensures love is the one treasure she can never hold. So that's like elevator pitch number 1, or I guess log line number 1, if you will. But basically, in the steampunk city of Sidon, Caitlin Cogford wears 2 masks: the noble baron's daughter and the Queen of Rogues. When a deadly betrayal shatters her world, she must navigate the treacherous waters of love, war, and her own dangerous secrets, plural. Torn between the Honorable Commander Catelyn Sky, and if I remove this logo, you can kind of see Catelyn Sky, the Honorable Commander, the one wearing the military uniform. Seems pretty self-explanatory. And the roguish pirate Eli Kestrel. Caitlin fights to protect her guild, her city, and her own heart. But with every love she's ever known ending in loss, can the Queen of Rogues defy her love curse and find a future worth fighting for? That's the gist, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what we are making for this contest. And so far, I'm going to be honest with you, we are 1 chapter done of the 3, and we are maybe a quarter of the way through chapter 2. So assuming when they drop the how to submit newsletter on Monday, assuming that we're allowed to do a rolling submission, meaning that we can submit the first chapter by itself, and then later on down the line submit chapter 2 and submit chapter 3, sequentially. As long as we're allowed to do that, to have these rolling submissions, then we will submit chapter 1 ahead of chapter 2 and 3 and get that up so you guys can see it sooner than later. Whew. I am talking way too fast, I think, because I am a little bit breathless trying to keep up with myself talking. A couple of things that I worked on today that I think might be useful for other creatives to see. And that might help you guys with your creative workloads that you're doing right now are the, how do I want to say this? It's like your supplementary assets, the things that aren't necessarily, panels for your chapters, but that you do need for your submissions. And that's going to be your thumbnail art, and that's not just the square thumbnail, but also your vertical thumbnail, because we have the option to submit both now for Webtoon Canvas. And if you want to do like a title treatment or a title lockup like I showed you I did for mine, that's also something you could be working on and to keep, just kind of at the back of your mind if you didn't want to use like a pre-made font. So that said, let's go ahead and look at I'll just pull it up in my folders. Let me know if the music is too loud, by the way. I'm trying to always be mindful of that. So I'm going to go to my references, and then I'm going to find vertical thumbnail. Here we go. Okay, so your vertical thumbnails. For these, I'm going to turn this on for a second. I'm going to show you something. This is material that they have, Webtoon officially themselves have provided this template for us for our vertical thumbnails. And there's some really important information on here. You want to keep everything inside this green box that's going to be like important information that you don't want to get cut off. So it's going to be character faces. You don't want to put any text on here because the title, like you're seeing right here, they're going to add that themselves. That's going to be typed on. So you're going to have no control over how your title or your genre, so this is True Beauty is the title, so that's this part right here, and romance is the genre, how those populate when you're looking at your vertical thumbnail. So you just want to keep it art, nice and simple. And then if you get one of these little stickers up here that show that you've like have some kind of impressive, I don't know, subscribers or likes or whatever this round little sticker is here. This is 27K. You want to make sure that like nobody's face is getting cut off behind here or anything like that. So for example, this ended up being really, really useful to me when I was doing my vertical thumbnail for goodness gracious, for Venerable, my other comic. And I'm going to show you what I did and why it was definitely wrong, and then what I did to fix it. So really quick, I'm going to hop in here to Venerable. You can't see what I'm looking at, but I'm looking at my folders. So, and I'm going to grab this. This was my vertical thumbnail, okay? So right away, I hope it's obvious what I did wrong. I made this vertical thumbnail. I was like, oh, it's going to be like that house burning down with a kid looking back meme. It's going to be super cute. Yeah, so that was an okay idea, I guess. But then when you try to put this over here to see how that's gonna look with all the formatting that's happening on Webtoon itself, right away it's a problem. All this text where it's gonna say heartwarming is the genre and venerable is the title is gonna go right across Marty's face. That's not great. Here in the green square where all the important information is supposed to go, we're just getting the top of her helmet. We're not seeing like the rest of Marty at all, and we're just getting like a dragon. So this was not a really great vertical thumbnail to have, and so I quickly took it back down and I reverted to what I had before, which is not a perfect solution because it does kind of violate one of their suggestions, which is to not put any text on the canvas at all. But this already has text on it. There's not too much you can really do about that. But at least the text is legible in the safety zone. It's not getting covered up by anything. And all of the character heads are staying inside this green box. So it can be a little bit tricky when you're working on your vertical thumbnails to make sure that your layout is actually going to work well with their UI. I don't know why, like my nose is feeling so stuffy all of a sudden. All things I hope that you guys are keeping in mind, and that showing you this is going to help you with your series, and that will give you like hopefully save you some time when you're making yours, that you don't make some of the mistakes that I made, and that you can get it right the first time and not have to make multiple versions of your vertical thumbnail like I had to do. For this one, for the new for my new comic, Love Curse Queen of Rogues, right? I just dropped this little title treatment down here because I know that the title is going to go down there, and I was trying to put together what is my template going to look like. I know that I want to keep it inside this green box, and I don't want anything going behind this number here. So if I turn this off and we look at my poster for the new comic, the one that was on my desktop that we're kind of like looking at here, I do have two versions of it. I don't know if you saw that already. But here I have the love triangle, but here I have more of a square. And that's because there is like a fourth character who's going to be one of the main characters, this guy right here. So we do technically have 3 male leads. One of them is going to be the antagonist. I'm not going to tell you who. You're going to have to read it to find out. And then, of course, our female lead, Caitlin, the Queen of Rogues, the love cursed character that the whole plot is about. All right, so that is one version of this, and then I think I did tell you I had another version, and that was actually I'm not going to go back to that because otherwise I might be giving you guys too much information. So that's what that looks like. We're going to go ahead and close the vertical thumbnail. We talked about vertical thumbnails. I gave you guys the DL, the down low, the low down on how to format those. And then for your other thumbnail, your series thumbnail, just as an example, here is my series thumbnail for Venerable. You're going to want to keep a perfect 1x1 square, and keep in mind that it's going to be very, very small. It's going to show up very small on the app on your phone. Just kind of look at how some of the other ones that you read look and try to base your templating on that. That would be my suggestion. And I am trying to maximize my usage of the same art without having to spend too much time creating assets outside of working on the actual comic paneling. So like the chapters 1 through 3, the contest entry part, I want to make sure that I'm putting as much time and effort into the story and the panels, and as little effort, and not little effort, but as little time as needed on all of this extra assets that I need to create outside of the actual chapters and paneling. So that includes things like the thumbnail. So here is my current thumbnail. I know that when it gets really small, we're going to start losing this guy on the side. It's a side profile view, and he's wearing like all dark colors, so he disappears pretty quickly. I don't know if this is going to end up sticking as the thumbnail for the series, but at least I know that I have this for now, and so I'm not going into this empty-handed, at least. Who is ready for this comic contest to take place on Monday? Does anybody have their comic already finished and they're like good to go? They're just kicking back and waiting for Monday to open up? Or are you also still working on your comic? Let me know in the comments, in the chat. If you're watching this after the live is over, let me know in the comments. And you can even promote your comic by dropping the comic name. And that way people know to look for it when the contest is open. Jay is still working on theirs, not ready at all yet, haha. Yeah, I feel that. I can say, so chapter 1, I wonder if I should just show you guys how I'm doing my folders. So let me see, let's bring this down here. Let's just be a little more transparent. I'll just share this with you guys. So here's my folders. I have a hard drive, a separate external hard drive for my Webtoons. And then I have, in here I have my Venerable, I have Love, Curse, Queen of Roads, I have Dead Ideas that I started but didn't finish. And so in here we have our title treatment, thumbnails, vertical and square, my scripts for writing, references, JPEGs, we'll come back to that later, and chapters. Inside here I've got chapters 1, 2, and 3 for the contest. We'll obviously add 4 and 5 once we knock these out, because we're gonna obviously hope and pray and keep our fingers crossed that we make it past the first round of eliminations, and we'll need we'll need those chapters 4 and 5, so I'm gonna roll right into those and keep going, assuming that we're gonna get there. And you know, if you have the energy for it, I hope you can do the same. Inside each folder, actually, I'm gonna look at chapter 1 was kind of a learning curve, because it's my first time using CSP, and I divided this into 2 parts, and I really didn't need to, so I'm gonna use chapter 2 as my example instead. So let's open chapter 2. I have this folder 2.1. This is where all of the Clip Studio files are. So this is where all my like layered files are, my work in progress files are, for all of the different, like, as Webtoon calls them noodles, I call them sheets, but all the different sheets or noodles, those are all there. And then I separate it like this. When I finish my line art, because I do not do colors, I send them to a colorist. I put them in a line art folder and I export them as PNGs. And so if I open this up, you will see that we have a PNG here. Like, it's just one really long strip of colorless, no white background. Well, there's some color, like this gold filigree, but there should not be color on the floor, so it's something I should fix. Sometimes I end up with, I don't know what that's called. I used to know the word for it, but I don't have it right now in my brain. But I try to export them as PNGs with no backgrounds so that it's much easier for the colorist to use. And then I have a separate folder for colors. So when I get the colors back, they go into here. And as you can see, we're already working on chapter 2. I've already got some colors back. And then the finals end up in the finals folder. And a better example of that would be to look at chapter 1 finals. And here are the finals for, actually, I do have all the colors back. If we go in here, yeah, okay, so A, B, C, D, E. I haven't downloaded one of them. We're missing F, G, and Z. There's a Z on here. That's a whole different story. So there's 3 more I need to download and put in this folder. I thought I already did, but I guess I didn't, so I'm gonna have to do that. And then once I do the final touches on those colored PSDs, I export them as finals, and they go in here as final PNGs. And as you can kind of see here in the preview pane, that's what they look like once they're all exported in their flat colored images. But remember what I said earlier about the 20 megabyte limit? Those PNGs, once they're all like spliced into images for upload to Webtoon, they are way, 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 way over the limit. So what I've had to do is compress them and export as JPEGs, and that's why I created a JPEG folder out here. So outside of chapters, I have my JPEGs, and I have a croppy folder. So I will first compress and export as JPEG, and then I will run the JPEGs through the splice on croppy, and that gives me these. So I'm gonna go in here, and as you can see, this is kind of like chapter 1, all spliced out into these individual little images. And I can tell you right now, I still have to download those other 3 sheets, like I told you, that I thought I did, but I haven't yet, so I gotta go do that, which means those aren't even in here yet. And this alone, this whole folder, is 14.4 megabytes. You guys can't see this. It's right here at the bottom of the list. Like, oh gosh, I'm trying to like make it so that it'll show you on the screen, and it's being impossible right now. It's like just really fighting me. There we go. So all of them are selected, 41 images, 14.4 megabytes. And I'm still missing 3 sheets that have not been exported yet for this, for chapter 1. Those extra 3 sheets are not going to be under 6 megabytes if these ones are already adding up to 14. So I don't know what to do. I have to troubleshoot and figure this out. And when I do, if I come up with like a really solid solution that I think is going to work every time, I'll try to make a video or do a live stream demonstrating it so that everybody else who's running into the same issue where their files way exceed the 20 megabyte limit, I want to share my solution with you guys as soon as I problem solve and figure this out. I want to make sure that everybody's able to upload their comics, their chapters, without compromising the quality, because the first compression I did, everything came out super pixelated and gross. I hated it. So I had to like keep trying and try until I came up with something that was definitely a smaller file size, but still looked nice and crisp and clean. So yeah, I will share that method with you once I really truly get it all under the 20 megabyte limit per chapter. So stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe, because we're going to keep talking about this. We're going to keep working on Webtoons, and we're going to make that like a real feature of this channel. And I will share that wisdom with you as soon as I figure it, as soon as I solve that problem. If you guys have suggestions, I am so open to suggestions, and you can leave comments, you can leave chats. Just let me know. Like, if you've already found something that works, share it with the class, because we all could benefit from that information. Jay says an option is to open your completed strip in Clip Studio and export in JPEG through the program. So I will try that. I was doing it through Photoshop because I was following a tutorial I found. Goodness even knows where I found it. I just found a tutorial about how to like make the images, the file sizes smaller without compromising quality. But I will try that. It has a slider for you to change the quality and size. We'll try that. We'll try that. And I'll share my findings with you guys after the fact. I can show you, where are we? Gosh, I've worked on so many things today that it's not even in my most recent. Let me go ahead and open up the folder again. And I will show you kind of my progress right now for chapter 2. So go back to the Webtoon folder, chapters. Here we go. What I found from doing chapter 1 is that it took me a total of 8 sheets to do a full chapter. So going into chapter 2, I just assumed it would be kind of the same volume, and I set up 8 sheets. And like I'm showing you guys here on screen so far, I have 2 sheets fully done, 1 and 2. And then a third one, I've kind of got like my little 3D models in here as placeholders for poses. I'm working on sheet number 3 to try and, continue the story. But as you can see, I'm sort of like mapping it out a little bit ahead, but not fully mapped out, because I kind of want to see, as I'm drawing it, does this make sense? Does it look good? Is the pacing right? Instead of like thumbnailing the whole thing. I guess if you thumbnail the whole thing, you probably could also figure that out too. I just haven't done that way. This is just the way I'm doing it. It doesn't make it the right way. I hope that you guys, however it works for you and whatever makes it comfortable for you, I'm not trying to tell you to change how you're doing it. I don't want you to mimic what I'm doing. Like I said, this is my first comic in Clip Studio. My other comic I've been drawing in Krita this whole time. So this is my first time using Clip Studio to do this. And so this is what I've learned from chapter 1 that it takes 8 sheets. So this is how I've set up my chapter 2. And then if I show you chapter 1, oh, also, just for fun, check this out. I did a little artist and chibi, artist and colorist chibis just for fun. And then I put us in these little like piratey outfits because it's on brand, you know? It goes with the comic, and I was really happy with this. But with the size limit issue that I'm running into, I don't think I'm going to be able to stick these at the bottom of the first chapter. At least not the very first chapter, because I'm really struggling to make it all fit. But I'm hoping at least by the 3rd chapter, I'll have space for these guys, and I'll be able to add them as like a little signature from the 2 of us, from Artbreaker and myself. Jay, it has a slider. Oh, I saw that. Yes. So we will try that. We will try that. I appreciate the advice. I am going to give it a try. I'm just going to test it live on screen because I don't want to bore you guys with me having technical difficulties and figuring stuff out the hard way live. I'd rather figure it out and then demonstrate it smoothly for you guys so that I'm not taking up and killing too much of your time or brain cells watching me make mistakes and hopefully not learning from my mistakes. Not learning to repeat my mistakes. What are some of your guys's questions, or do you guys are you nervous about anything for the contest? Are you excited? Is there anything that you're hoping to see on the contest? Maybe outside of just your entry? Like what are you most looking forward to? I think is probably the best way to word this. What are you most looking forward to when it comes to this Webtoon Legends contest? And if it's like the $1 million prize pool, I get it. I do. I totally get that. And I'm on board. I'm with you. But besides that, is there anything you're really excited about for this contest? Artbreaker, excited to see our work finally on Webtoon. Me too, Artbreaker. I am so excited for that. Everybody say hi to Artbreaker. That's my colorist. If you really like these beautiful colors here, this gorgeous, beautiful thing right here, please say hello to Artbreaker and let her know that she's amazing and she does just the most gorgeous colors. I am so excited I am with you, Artbreaker. I am so excited to see this go live on Webtoon. Jay, I'm excited to see other entries. That as well. I've been following so many more YouTubers now who are like also prepping for this contest, and I want to see their entries. I've been like talking to more of you guys in the Discord, and I want to see your entries. I'm very excited for that. Jay, also, yes, this is my first webcomic, so I'm more nervous and excited about that. Understandable. I think too, this contest has been really great about, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger over here. It's been really great about like motivating people who have been maybe holding off on starting their comic ideas to get started. Like, it's an extra incentive that has motivated people and got them kind of like started, gotten them to hit the gas pedal, you know? And I think that's such a great outcome already. Like, win or lose, you've already gained something phenomenal from it just by getting started, I think. So I am happy for that reason. Boys, stop fighting. Hey. Oh, can you guys hear the cats? I have three cats, so every once in a while they get like a little cameo on the mic. I also, let's see, now that Artbreaker's here, what are some of my favorite panels that Artbreaker has already colored? I want to show you guys some of them. I want to show you some of my favorites that, like, when I saw them in color, I almost died. They were so pretty. Kitties! Yeah, the cats are great. I love them. They are spoiled rotten, but I love them. Here's one. I was really excited for this panel. Because I personally love I love breaking the panel. When you have something inside a panel that kind of like breaks out of it, it feels kind of 3D. Makes me happy, and I was really excited when I drew this one, and I'm even happier with it now that I see it in color. I just think it it pops so much better in color. Like, black and white, I don't know that it would have I know it would not have the same impact. So this to me is really exciting. I love this shot. I love introducing a character this way. It's the first time we see this character, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I think the colors are phenomenal. Artbreaker, you are crushing it. You are breaking the mold. Everything looks amazing, and I just can't. It's so good. Look at this. I mean, this is so detailed and it looks so good. The grain on the wood, it's amazing. I literally, even though this is just a shot of some barrels and fire, I put this as like my Sunday fun day reveal on my Webtoon creator page. So we were talking earlier when we were looking at the newsletter about your Webtoon creator page and how you can start using that to give people updates in between chapter uploads. And I think that that's such a cool feature that they have added for creators. It's a great way to connect with readers besides the like comment block at the bottom of each chapter. And so here's mine. And like I was just saying, and I've got like a little, I did a little poll this morning. Would you watch behind the scenes videos from Webtoon creators on YouTube? And then I like obviously put some answers in here for you to choose. And we've got 4 votes so far, which is great. I love that. But yeah, this is what I was telling you. I liked this panel so much, even though there's no characters in it. I was so thrilled with these colors that this was the first one I chose for a Sunday Fun Day preview and teaser panel. And I would like to keep doing these, so I'm thinking I gotta pick one for tomorrow that we can share here. And if you're interested in seeing the actual progress or just participating in fun little extras like polls or anything like that, seeing some fun like splash art like this. This is my other comic, by the way. This is Venerable. I would definitely encourage you to follow my creator page because I'm going to keep that up. I'm going to keep doing that. And I would love to have you guys in there participating and checking these things out. And like I said, it's such a silly thing to be like obsessed with this panel of some barrels on fire, but I loved it so much. Oh, this one, I could not get enough of this panel. I'm telling you, Artbreaker is a coloring genius. Yeah, Jay says very pretty coloring. Agreed. It is so pretty. I don't know what I would do. Artbreaker, do not quit. Please do not quit, because I do not know what I would do if I had to color these myself. I'm pretty sure I could not mimic your style. I love it so much, though. I am just over the moon with all of your colors. I cannot wait for people to read the actual story and to become as in love with these characters and this art as I have become. And it's definitely a combined effort for sure. I think being able to work as a team And to produce something of this quality is basically my dream. That's what I want to be doing. I wish I could do this full time, all the time. And I am also really thrilled to see something that I started looking like this. And I know it's a team effort. But I'm really excited, and this just brings me back to what I was telling you guys earlier about community. Drawing is such a lonely enterprise most of the time. Most of the time when we're doing art, we're doing it alone. And I don't think it has to be that way. I think even if you're going to continue drawing alone, like doing your own line art and colors, you should at least be sharing it. You should be talking with others who share your passion, who are also into art, who enjoy looking at art, who enjoy reading comics, who can feel just as excited about what you're doing as you are, and share that with you and help fill up your tank, help put gasoline in your tank to keep you motivated and to keep you moving. That's why Discord is so clutch. I love having the Discord. I love collaborating. I work with Artbreaker on this comic for the contest, and I work with Bingo Ned on Venerable, the other comic. So I'm not doing any of these by myself. I'm always working on a team. I think teamwork is amazing. I love doing collaborations. So definitely gonna hear a lot of pro collaboration praise from me, and probably all the time on this channel. I don't think I ever really shut up about it. Jay, same. I would love to be a comic creator full time. 1000%. Jay says it's my dream. 100. I remember you saying that in the Discord too when you very early joined. And I hope that you are able to do that. I've seen, wait a minute, let me pull the Discord. Jay, can I show let me know. Can I show your panels that you've already shared on the stream? Is that fine? Because you have some really gorgeous, you've already teased some really gorgeous panels of your comic that you're working on for this contest. And I am just blown away. I'm out of my mind with how professional your panels are looking already. I don't know what you've done in the past. You said it's your first comic. I don't believe it. It's insane how good it is for your first comic. I am gonna scroll back through here. I'm gonna find these panels. Yeah, that's fine, says Jay. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, we're gonna take a look at these, you guys. We're gonna take a look at these panels from Jay. I might have to, there's a lot to scroll through. I might do a better job if I just type in your name. Let's do that, yeah. In the there we go. All right, so I'm gonna pull this over here, okay? We're gonna look at some of these because I kid you not, guys, I need you to see this. Can I make this any bigger? Is that good? Can you guys see that? BingoNet says the VTuber talks every time you type. It looks pretty. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's great. Yeah, look at this. It's so gorgeous. I cannot believe that this is your first comic, Jay. This looks incredible. Annie agrees. Annie says yes. So good. Okay, you guys, look at this. First of all, this transition, this border right here, using the negative, using these white leaves to kind of transition from the negative space and the white into this panel. 10 out of 10, no notes. That is perfect. I love it so much. And then you have this depth of field. Look at how gorgeous this is. We've got all of this is in focus in here, and then all of this in the foreground is out of focus. Even the little leaf that's falling is out of focus. This is such good art. I am beside myself. This is so good. And then look at this. Look at the way the grass is just glowing. It is just glowing. It is a beautiful sunny day. This is so picturesque. The little butterfly is breaking the panel. Love that. I'm all about breaking panels all the time. Anime says the first panel is beautiful just by itself. I agree. You could use that for cover art. It was so good. So gorgeous. Oh my god, says Artbreaker. Right? The competition is gonna be so top notch, and I am here for it. I love this. Like, you and I are in the, like, Artbreaker, just so you know, we're competing with Jay. We're all in the same, genre, but that's okay. I support it. I think this is great. Look at these crows. Just look at this. Just rock star level. Like, this is so good. And then here's the cast photo. Like, look at these guys. It's just remarkable. Your art style is so consistent. Jay, this is gorgeous. Your characters are so interesting. Like, I love their designs. I'm a sucker for long braids. I am. You'll see that a lot. It looks so good. And then just the quality of your line work and the quality of your colors. You have it all, Jay. You have it all. I hope that you're able to do this professionally. It looks so good. So good. Honestly, amazing. So, yes, everybody, if you are interested in sharing your work, if you want us to hype you up, because I am all about that, let's do this. Join the Discord. Link should be in the description. If it's not, you know, somebody can pinch me. I don't know. You can poke me. I don't know. But let me know. Let me know if it's not there. But it should be there. If you guys want to join the Discord, join the Discord. There's a whole channel for sharing your art. Let's hype each other up. Let's support each other's comics. Let's be there for each other. Let's participate in engagement. Leave comments. Make sure that everybody feels like, you know, they are seen, they are heard, and we are not creating in a vacuum. We are all doing this together. And nobody should have to be frustrated and feeling alone. You should all feel like there's somebody to listen to you. If you have questions, if you have frustrations, you should definitely have access to a community. And I, for one, welcome you to my community. Please join. Jade, technically, I did a comic for the short story contest in, you think, 2019, which turned into a mess because you underestimated how much work it was, but it's your first personal project. Got it. Yeah, it's really good quality, like super good quality. And thank you guys, says Jay, to everybody who left comments in the chat. It really is so good. I'm so happy that you guys are sharing that. I think that that's also a big step, being comfortable sharing your work. It's not easy sometimes. It can be really stressful. It can be nerve-wracking for sure, for a lot of different reasons. But I like that you guys are in there. I like that you're sharing it. Bingo Ned, can I show some of yours? Is that okay? I saw that you just dropped a whip in the work in progress channel. Are you cool with me sharing that? Bingo Ned is also joining. So like I had mentioned earlier when I was calling out the people in chat that I know are also contributing and participating in this challenge. Bingo Ned says it's fine with them. So let's go ahead and open this up, and I'm gonna pull this down here so you guys can see this. Look at this, it's amazing. That like mushroom forest with all the little puddles, so good. This is the work in progress, so we're still gonna see some sketches. It's not fully finished. There's somebody stepping into that puddle. It looks like there's some kind of creature following them because it's also stepping in that puddle. And then you have this gorgeous shot of the cast, okay? This is so cool. And I personally, I know these characters because I've been following your OCs on Artfight. I've been following your OCs in the Discord for a while, so I actually recognize all these characters. I know these guys. But this is the crew, you know? This is the squad. And it's so good to see them. The comic is coming together so nicely. You also have your own look and feel. There's this beautiful texture to it. You've got your own kind of like color and style. And I love that. So super good quality, super beautiful comics. I am so happy that you are taking that leap and you are making it now. Anyway, could I show my first page of my comic? It's not for the contest, but you want to show it? Yeah, absolutely. Drop it in the Discord and let me know this is the one, and I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up on screen. BingoNed says, disclaimer, I did not do the backgrounds. That's right, BingoNed is also working on a team, which honestly is one of my favorite parts of this contest, is they allow you to work on teams. Not very big teams, it's a max of 3 people, but working on teams nonetheless, and that's really great, especially if you are doing like a partnership. Even if it's like, in BingoNed's case, they have background artist. In my case, I have colorist. I know other players, other creators will work on a team that is a writer-artist duo. So one of them will do all the writing and the other person will do all the drawing. So I've seen that before. General chat. Annie May has just joined the server. Welcome to the server, Annie made it. I keep calling you May, Annie May. Annie made it. Let me, I'll see the notification when you post the photo. Jay looks so good, and the characters and the background designs are awesome. I agree. They look so good, BingoNed. BingoNed, I'll probably have to start doing the bulk of the backgrounds yourself, since one of the team members sadly had to step back for personal reasons. And Jay says, I would love to have a colorist. Yeah, I know. It's the best. I think it's the best having a colorist. I appreciate my colorist. Thank you, BingoNed. Thank you, Artbreaker. You both have been amazing. Please don't ever quit. Annie May has shared theirs. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, Annie. I gotta just shorten it to Annie so I say it right instead of saying Annie May when it's very clearly Annie made it. I don't know why I keep reading it that way. It's just me being weird. All right, here we have it. So it's a comic, not a comic strip. What are they called when they're like in 4 boxes like this? Does anybody know? Does it still count as a comic strip, or is it called something else? When it's like the 4, you know what I'm talking about? CNSL, what does that stand for? What is CNSL? Annie. This part right here, this acronym. Go for it, Abby. So yours is lineless. You're like straight up painting it. You're not even doing line art. Whoa. Oh, the little buck teeth are cute. I like it. After a whole summer apart, you're gonna tell him how you feel, how you really feel. All right. So it's a confession. Anyway, chicken not so little. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That is really cute. Page 1 of this comic. That's really cute. I like it. Chicken not so little. Adorable. I think it's just like a classic comic, like what they used to use in the Stone Age with newspaper. Yeah, like newspaper comics for sure. I think the newspaper comics are called comic strips though, but I feel like that should be relegated to just the ones that are literally in strip format. But I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? I've been doing digital for the majority of the time, so I don't know. I don't know. Hi Zohan, can't type in YouTube chat. Never mind, there it goes. Yeah, I think, is it like subscriber based? Do you have to be subscribed to leave comments in chat? I'm not sure. I think it might be though. So that's a good way to check if you're still subscribed or not. If it's like booted you can always just resubscribe and that'll let you type in the chat. All right, so it is 7:59. I had scheduled and planned to just stream for 1 hour to discuss the newsletter, to look over and share some sneak peeks of Love Cursed Queen of Rogues, and then to also talk to you guys about your comics, because I really do want to share and promote everyone's work. I think everybody is doing such a good job. I am really excited for this contest, not just to submit, but also to see what everybody else is working their hardest to create. So one last little preview. I'm going to drop this one in here because I also really liked how this one turned out. And that's what we're going to end on. We're going to wrap it up here. I do plan to continue covering this contest and doing more videos around it. So if you're interested, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time after the contest has already begun, because that's happening in just 2 days. That happens on Monday, and we'll see how it goes from there. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the Discord. Bye!